screen. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Dude. Hi Twitch. Hi YouTube.
Hello.
Like Zoink Scoob.
Oh, I'm right.
That you're way too fucking good at that.
I thought it was Steven on his phone.
Like Zoink Scoob.
Okay, so because 47 can't be bothered to change accounts, honey, he's using your Twitch account to talk in chat.
Oh.
Just FYI. I thought it was
Hello,
you at
Riddler
first.
47.
Riddler 47. Instead of
Got
Riddler
bamboozled.
5.
So anyway, hello.
Came
Welcome,
out blasting.
everybody, to our extra long episode today. We will be taking breaks more frequently instead of our usual one halfway point. We will be taking them roughly every 2 hours, mostly for Sloth because he's an old man and he needs to get up and stretch his legs.
Okay.
Am I
Hey.
wrong?
You're not wrong.
I will put this out there. It is for all of us. Blood
Yeah.
clots are scary, and you should get up and move.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes everybody in chat. We're all fucking looking at you.
Yep, we all know how, we get it. We know the
We're all gamers.
Yep.
Also, can we make mention that the reason we're here doing a long session is to celebrate our DM's birthday?
That's me.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aurelia. Happy birthday to you.
That was definitely an experience.
That was fucking absolute chaos. Oh, God, that was hilarious.
That will forever be immortalized in the YouTube channels, by the way.
You didn't unmute the mic. Nope. So you guys will have advantage on whatever role you want once today. Like essentially a second DM inspiration.
Are you?
Oh.
Oh shit!
Most just because I'm giving you guys bardic inspiration essentially for singing me happy birthday.
Aww.
We did it, boys.
We fucking did
You
it.
guys are excited, but that implies that we're going to need it.
Oh, we already knew we were gonna need it.
Listen, we've got you here. Just banish everything, and we're good.
Okay, let us fight something for a little bit at least.
I feel like if I banish something else on site, 47 might pop a blood vessel or something.
Fucking Aurelia and her goddamn sheet tear. Well, I guess I'll just turn off the music.
I guess that's the end of combat. Okay, so can I have everybody roll me 69d69? Oh. Well, Callie, look at you. Top dog.
God damn.
I looked, I was like, oh no. I saw Callie, I'm like, oh my god.
Hey, yes, yay. So, last time, I believe we picked up traveling, and feel free for anyone to jump in on this because I did not get to watch the VOD like I normally do for notes. But we ran into a merchant. Atrix name dropped himself, and everyone got a little upset about that, and had to be scary to the merchant to make sure that he didn't run his mouth or anything. We had some really great RP moments. Some really great ones with some cool backstory reveals. Anybody else want to put in on this?
Yes. So you guys had set out. We started off at the beginning of you guys taking care of the rock slide. You guys managed to circumvent it by Atrix using a tidal wave to blow it all over the side of the mountain. Right after Hustel used to speak with animals to warn all of the animals below in the valley to get the fuck out of Dodge. And you guys solved that problem. And that was when you guys met the merchants on the other side where Atrix name dropped. and Illithin threatened them a little bit, made them cry, technically, which is her specialty apparently. And you guys eventually set up camp, set up the tiny hut. Illithin did not join you guys because she was too pissed off after getting a sending from a certain friend back in Ardengard that, yeah, I do have to keep bringing it up. I'm recapping, where Atrix grabbed the sending spell out of the air, as his is flavored to be actual letters, read it, and then burned it before she got a chance to read it. You guys woke up and continued on your journey, found the rogue Tanaruk, which Ilthin promptly banished before combat even started, which was awesome. So if you haven't seen that in the VOD, I highly recommend go watching the last VOD. You guys took care of that, talked to some of the NPCs that you managed to save, the 3 of them, information about they're from the Gladiatorial Guild, they're heading to Ardengard for the art festival, and some other stuff that they're setting up. And unfortunately, a good chunk of their party did not survive. Eventually, you guys set up the tiny hut for that night, and you guys all heard a very guttural, throaty sound. And Yildrath seemed immediately on edge and had said that it sounds like him, but wrong. And that is where we left off, with you guys starting to take watch orders. So,
Yeah, and I think we determined that there was like nothing else in the area, like no wildlife or anything.
correct.
Yeah, like no signs of it being like a hunting ground or a lair or anything like that.
We did see bones, if I remember right, like remains.
Yeah, we saw
Old
like
bones,
one
though.
dead bird.
Yeah, like old bones.
Old bones.
Right. Kulog and Illithin also had a heart-to-heart moment where Illithin had brought up the fact that it was very possible that the woman who raised Kulog was actually her mom, and Kulog had made mention that she's basically like his little sister, or big sister technically, and that he was going to protect her and stuff, and it was super cute.
And
That was
that
a
she
really nice
may,
moment.
in fact, not be dead.
Yep, and that she may in fact not be dead.
Also had
So,
a moment
ahead.
between Atrix and Sigrun where Atrix and Sigrun talked a lot about the Feywild.
That's true, we did.
And Sigrun and Varys had a moment, but nobody knows what was said.
So,
Am I?
yeah, turn you
But Sigrun also told Atrix essentially, just don't talk.
Yep.
So, as the moment we have our watch orders after everybody decided that they were going to sleep in the tiny hut tonight. Our current watch order as it stands is Kulog and Illithid on first, Varys and Hustel, Varys and Sigrun and Atrix. Is that going to change at all tonight?
I would like to take watch with Kulog.
Okay. So Kulog and Atrix, and then that would swap Illithin to Sigrun.
If that's okay with Illithid, of course.
Fine.
That's what we currently have it. Anybody want to make any other changes? Go once, going twice. All right, sounds
I
good.
believe it looks good.
Okay, so then can we have Kulog and Atrix please make me your first perception checks, and feel free to roll for Yildrath as well. Okay.
Starting off strong. Let's go.
There is no music going now. But thank you for reminding me. This started
Okay. Well.
This watch is going to be perceptive as fuck.
Watch orders updated in the party notes, if anybody needs to refer to it.
Okay, so with Atrix, Kulog, and Yildrath, you all take first watch together as the rest of your party sleeps peacefully in the tiny hut. Sorry, Atrix is average-sized
Matrix's average abode.
Average abode, that's what it was.
Triple A.
Triple A. Shut the You all keep your eyes peeled after hearing that noise, a little bit on edge, and each taking kind of a direction to look out. Ildrath is still very much on edge, kind of restless and pacing the best that he can, given the whole size of the abode, and kind of steps on your leg once Kulog while he's pacing and kind of gives you a glance back of as if to say, like, sorry.
Kulog will look down at like look over at Ildrath and like kind of wince a little bit because obviously he's a dragon. He's still pretty heavy. Like, right? It's not like, you know, a tiny little dog walking on your lap and you're just like, oh, okay, go ahead, little buddy, or a cat. He's like, he kind of just like lurches forward a little bit and kind of it's like, it's all right, buddy. I understand that made you really uncomfortable. I'm a little nervous to see what that thing is, and it was coming from the direction that we were heading. I'm a little terrified to know what it could be. You have any idea, Atrix?
I don't know, but it definitely doesn't make me feel comfortable that Ildrath also doesn't feel comfortable. I digress. I guess we'll find out eventually. We've got to make it that way anyway. I'll give Ildrath kind of a scratch behind the ear and in Draconic just go, you'll be alright, buddy. We're not going to let anything happen to you.
He doesn't really say anything, but he kind of gives you a look and then kind of does like a power stance essentially and does a little like snort in the air and you see a little puff of smoke come out and kind of get a sense that he's more saying like, I'm going to be the one protecting you.
Accurate. Jesus. Kulog. I'm gonna try to keep this one quiet because I don't want to wake anybody up, but something's been troubling me since leaving Ardengard and our conversation at the ball. And wanted to kind of talk to you about it. Your mother.
Which one?
Lena, I believe you said her name was. Not really any easy way to tell you this, but she's actually the one that taught me some of the magic that I know. I spent a year or so with her, and she taught me some of the base magic that I know. Obviously, it's been fine-tuned by others in my life, but yes, your actual mother is one of the ones that taught me the very base magic that I know.
Kulog kind of just listens for a second and then like starts realizing that maybe his mom became such an influential member of society because maybe she's just incredibly fucking strong. Hearing that kind of makes sense on maybe a little bit more why she is the way that she is. Because why would you, as say, if you're training somebody who is what I see as strong as Atrix, and you're the trainer of that, I can't imagine how strong that, you know, my own mother could be. So that was just something that Kulog was like mulling over in his brain. But out loud, he'll say, I never knew that she had known any magic. Kind of surprising. And also a little unnerving.
She definitely knows more than she's clearly told you. However,
she has never told me anything, so I'm sure she knows way more than she would tell me.
Atrix kind of chuckles and goes, I just don't know how powerful she's gotten. It wasn't. I mean, she taught me my base. You know, this is how you do this, and this is how you do that kind of stuff. And I just don't know what to expect when you actually confront her or talk to her for a long period of time. I just wanted to kind of talk to you and tell you to be careful.
Thank you, Atrix. I had just thought that she was just a wealthy woman, but knowing that she does know magic now, I'm not just gonna be able to go up and like bully her around to get answers. So thank you.
You are very welcome. I don't know. I am also afraid that whoever that fire genasi man was, I saw her with him at the ball, and both of them were gone shortly thereafter. So I don't know if we will have to run into them again. But again, just keep your eyes peeled. Be careful. As always, I have your back.
I really appreciate that, Atrix. Thank you. Now, the fire genasi man, we've seen him one other time. Do we have any more information on that? Do we know anything more about him?
I've seen him around a bunch. He's a guy that likes to talk out of his ass. Claims he's some sort of sovereign, and he's not.
Do you think he's more talk than walk? I wonder if maybe we could get answers from him. It's instead of, say, maybe if we interrogate him instead of my mother, maybe we can get answers prior to seeing her. Maybe we can kind of catch her in a lie, and I'm sure she's not going to tell me all the truths. There's no way. After all these years, I mean, I am her son, but she's already hidden stuff from me for years anyway. There's no way that she would not still keep hiding stuff from me, right?
I couldn't see why she wouldn't keep hiding things from you, but the thing that I'm fearing the most is if they're in cahoots or talking or working together, she's protecting him for some reason. And if she's protecting him, there's no way we'll get to him before she knows. And if she finds out that we have captured and started interrogating him and can find us, Lord knows what magic she knows now.
What if instead of capturing him, what if we just became good friends with him?
He's not really someone to be friends with. From what little I know of him, he's just not a good guy. From what little I know, but I mean, we could always give it a shot. We're headed that way anyway, but
I'm always one to choose violence. I like to kill things as best as the next person, but I almost wonder if we're a little in over our heads and maybe we need to think about this more strategically than brute force, because brute force is my specialty. We all have seen that. I've taken heads many a times in my life, but I don't know if that would be the play here. Maybe we have to be a little bit more cautious than normal.
well, I think that if anything, we better discuss that with the entire group before taking that step. But hey, I'm with you. This is a lot more than I think we've kind of prepared for, but
Yeah. Just let me do the talking when it comes to Illithin. She clearly is not fancy with you right now. She
yes,
things seem very rough recently.
I've been thinking a lot about that lately. I'm not very happy with myself at the moment, but neither here nor there. I'll have that conversation with her at some point. But yes, I don't plan on opening my dumbass mouth around her anytime soon.
I think keeping quiet is a smart idea, but I do not mind being a mediator between you two. So if there's something you need to talk to her about, I could always try to get answers for you. I will not break the trust that I have gained from her. but I will try my best to get answers if you need them, as long as it is not something that is going to help incriminate her or potentially cause harm to her. After the things that I've found out, and Kulog will kind of like not necessarily open up and give the information that we just found out about, but basically say like, I've learned a few things about her recently that hit a little close to home.
I appreciate it, friend. But this is definitely something that I have to kind of man up and talk to her myself about. But I will definitely keep that in mind.
As Kulog kind of like pans the horizon one more time, he'll like kind of have his knees, his elbows on his knees, and like do a whole like short little head nod of I respect that.
But, I just, again, watch your back. Be careful. Something doesn't set right about your mother, and I just be careful.
I'm sure you'll have my back.
I definitely will. And I will, before kind of, doing another look around, I'll kind of nudge Varys and wake him up for the next watch.
Okay, go ahead and give me your perception checks, please.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh no.
It's dirty, but it helps.
Oh no.
This one. Oh. Okay. Are you sure? Because you did specify last time that you were going to join them in the tiny hut.
That's right. Disregard.
Okay, double checking. So, Varys and Hustel, you two get up for your guys' watch and see that Neildroth is still kind of having a hard time getting comfortable and whatnot, but eventually does manage to settle down as gets essentially wearing himself out. Varys, you are too focused on the lack of animals and just how quiet it is. Um, you're used to being a hunter of your own right. Animals tend to avoid certain areas when there's more prey, like bigger prey than them. And even now, when there's not even insect chirping, it's unnerving. Hustel, you get much of the same, but you are a little bit more on alert. This is more. While Varys is technically a hunter in his own right, you are trained to hunt specifically. Been at this a long time, and so you're able to kind of push past your nerves a little bit more and focus on the surroundings for what you can see. And you don't necessarily hear or see anything, but there's a sense that you guys are being watched, and it's one you can't really shake.
It is still entirely way too quiet here. It is very unnerving.
It's just very during this Hustel's going to have his bow already in hands with an arrow kind of like ready because he does not like the feeling now. It's
Okay.
bad juju. I don't like this. It feels like we're being watched this entire time.
feel it too, but can't tell if it's actually something or just the quiet messing with my mind.
Feels unnatural. Just constantly around, really not keeping his eye on one entire.
You're cutting in a little bit. Just
Am I good now?
FYI. For now,
All right,
you'll see.
but but Hughes just looking around right now. He's really not keeping watch at a single point. He's constantly scanning the area because he's just really freaked out. Like this is something he hasn't felt before. Like he's been against like the when the demons came through and all that, but this is entirely different from what he knows.
I need a good vantage point. And Vera starts looking around. Is there like a tall enough, sturdy enough tree, like anywhere near Atrix's average abode,
So
that
at
I
this
would be
point,
able to
the
like
trees
scale
are
up?
starting
Or okay, that's
uh,
kind of what I figured.
yeah, the trees are starting to thin out. There definitely are some, but they're kind of spindly and like that dry, mountainous tree that people see like when you get a little above level that are very, very
Yeah.
not great. There's tons of rocks. You are technically on like a valley side edge of the hill. You could attempt to scale the side.
Do I see anywhere that I would be able to like perch myself? Like maybe just a ledge that's just big enough for me to like, I guess, perch into to kind of keep watch with a better vantage point than just being on the path.
Yeah, there's a giant boulder that's a little bit higher up on the upward slope.
The trees have all thinned out. We're up so high now. I usually that's my go-to, but I think maybe right there I might be able to get up.
Just be careful, please. I don't know if something could come from the sky or there's something the rock.
Well, it looks like from at least there I'd have rock against my back and be able to see everything out this way.
True.
What am I rolling?
Go ahead and just give me acrobatics. See how well you scale it in the nighttime.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Even though it is a little slick because it is raining a little bit, and you can definitely feel a little bit of like snow mixed in because you guys are just about ready to crest over like the apex of this fucking mountain range. Um, you do manage to get up there. Kind of have to rub your fingers a little bit after the fact because they're, cold. But you get up and perch yourself on the boulder. It's decent sized. Probably as big as like maybe if you were to sit on like a pool inner tube or something.
That's not bad. That's big enough for him.
You see anything up there?
Well, not much to see. Can certainly see down across everything a lot better. And he like turns his head and like looks up the mountain. Make sure nothing's above him. Certainly a better vantage point than down there. What'd you say?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Good. I got rain in my eyes.
Yeah, you try to look up and keep getting snow, like little bits of snow and rain that keeps dripping into your eyes, and you keep having to wipe it away, and vision gets blurry. And for a second, you think you see something, but you can't quite be sure. And you do hear, however, a little tick, 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 as a rock kind of slides down the mountain by you. A little tiny little pebble. You don't see anything.
at the sound of the pebble, he grips and readies his bow and continues staring up the mountain, like wherever the sound may have originated from. And just kind of like turns over his shoulder back towards Hustel. Shh.
At that point, Hustel goes ahead and notches an arrow into his bow, looks up to where Varys is currently looking.
Varys just sits and waits.
You should go ahead and give me your perception check as well.
All right.
Since you're now looking where Varys is looking. Okay. For a split second, Hustel, you kind of see a shape moving against the darkness, and you don't really have dark vision that Varys has, and you're not entirely sure if it's your eyes just playing tricks on you with how the rain and snow is looking, if it's like a boulder or something, or what's going on, but you swear for a split second you see this hulking form higher up in the ridgeline, and then it's gone.
I think something's up there. I don't know if it's my old eyes playing tricks on me or not. Be careful.
It's what I'm trying to do. Varys is like very on edge right now. Just trying to like listen, feel, see what's going on.
Okay. Let me double check something for you, Hustel. Okay. Good to know. So, you guys keep your eyes out for the rest of your guys' watch, and nothing seems to happen. However, that feeling of being watched never seems to really dissipate fully.
Checks fast. All right.
As the second watch begins to come to a close, Hustel, you start feeling a little tired from your constant being attentive and aware, and you feel yourself kind of dozing off a little bit.
Varys, I'm not going to be up for much longer. It's starting to get to me a little bit.
It's quite all right. Go wake Sigrun.
All right.
Wake Sigrun. Get some rest.
All right. Be safe, please. So
Certainly try to.
So Husel walks back into Atrix average-sized abode, and it nudges Sigurd to let him know that it's his time to get up for his time to watch. It's time.
Okay.
Looking around from up top where I'm perched, is there anywhere below us that I would be able to like effectively hide?
You could attempt to push yourself up against like the bottom, the base of this boulder. You kind of give it a look, and you're like, maybe not, because it doesn't look too safe. It's not like fully embedded into the ground, and maybe one good
Like, it's
smack
loose.
from. Yeah. Yeah, I could hide against it, but something smacks this thing, I'm getting crushed like a pancake.
Okay, he stays where he's at for now.
Can I get Varys and Seagrin to give me your guys' perception checks, please?
Oh fuck! Here we go. Okay, good. Better.
Okay. Okay. Seagrin, you wake up for your watch, beginning of your watch, and much of the same with Hustel and Varys. And Varys, you still have that sensation from before. You also feel like you're being watched. And you kind of scan the horizon and you spot Varys, who keeps looking up towards the ridgeline, and you follow his gaze. And you specifically notice something hunkered down. You're not entirely sure what it is, but you can tell that it's not a boulder. You have to kind of strain your eyes a little bit, but there's definitely something there, and it's holding very still. When, uh, when it seems to have noticed that you're looking at it, you hear whoosh, whoosh, and it takes off into the sky, and you lose sight of it into the darkness.
How far away is it when it's taking off?
Oh, fucking distances. Up and away.
Up and away.
Is it within 60 feet of me?
No.
Okay, that's all that mattered.
Up and away.
Downside, having an ADHD TM. I don't do distances very well.
So I would imagine, like, when it takes off and starts flying away, Varys would notice it.
Yeah, you'd hear the
Okay.
the beating of some sort of wing creature. You've heard how Yildrath sounds when he takes off. It sounds kind of like that, but bigger.
We've heard other things fly away too.
Yeah.
As it
just kind
flies
of-
off, Varys lowers his bow a little bit and just kind of watches it until he can't see it anymore.
Yeah, I just look at Varys, not saying anything because trying to be quiet, but just kind of a WTF look.
Carefully, I would like to climb down off of my perch,
Yeah.
and go warm up by the fire, since I've been sitting up there for a couple hours.
There is no fire tonight.
Oh,
You guys opted for the tiny hut.
that's right.
completely. Yeah.
That's right.
The tiny hut is warm, though. It's optimal temperature,
And
especially with Yildrath.
you can see out,
69. Nice.
you can see out of it, but nobody
Can't
can see in.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, actually, then yeah, it wouldn't have noticed that Seagrin was looking at it. Huh. So, bringing that back and rewinding it, retconning a little bit. You stay up on your perch. Seagrin, you don't see it take off. It is still out of your range, however, of 60 feet. And it's just kind of hunkering down there. It looks like a boulder at first.
I would have ended up having to step out of the dome in order to make sure Varys is aware of it, so it probably would have seen me at that point.
Okay, then it takes off. Yeah, catching back up.
Well,
Slight change of events.
climbs down carefully.
Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check. See if you can slip.
No slip.
You slip a little bit, but you do manage to catch yourself, and you kind of land on your ankle a little bit wrong. Not enough that's going to cause any long-lasting issues, but it will be sore for a few hours.
Oh, walk it off. And he already starts, like, trying to limp around to work it out. Rocks are a little bit slippery in the rain and snow. What do you think that was?
I don't know. And honestly, I don't know if I want to find out.
Couldn't really make out the shape. It was just a large flying shadow.
It did look almost like just a normal boulder until it moved. Hard to even see it.
I don't like this place.
Why is it that we went this way and not through the cut? At least the cut, we knew it was going to be bad.
Well, as much as I don't like this place, I certainly like it better than the cut. I'd rather have the feeling of being hunted than actually being hunted.
We are some of probably a handful of people that can say that they've gone through the cut twice and are still alive and at least mostly of our own minds.
I wonder if that rock is going to have any long-term adverse effects on Kulog. Speaking of being of our own minds, he did touch the damn thing twice. The quiet is so uneasy. No skittering or insects or anything.
Yeah, I'm just hoping whatever it is, if it decides to attack, it at least waits until everyone else has managed to get a rest.
Well, if whatever that was decides to attack, we should at least have fair warning that it's coming in. That was quite large and, well, you could hear it flying. Unless it just glides down.
We'll try to keep an eye out.
Varys starts like rubbing his hands together and like shoves them inside his shirt and under his armor to try to like use some of his body heat to reheat his fingers. Pretty cold up here. Especially with the season change coming.
Yeah, as you say that, you see a little bit of the rain has turned slightly more into snow at this point of the night, and it's starting to leave a thin layer over the tiny hut.
Varys is like looking around, scanning the dark skies, just making sure he doesn't see anything come flapping back. And
Oh,
so, what do you think?
Flapping back. Ew.
Kulog still sniffs violently.
So, what do you think everybody else is out here for?
I honestly don't know.
Well, I mean, like we talked before, I just certainly hope we're all on the same page. We need to be able to trust each other.
I'm not sure about everyone's long-term motives, but I think at the very least, in a life or death situation, for the most part, we can.
That's true. Any demon encounters seem to pull us together pretty quickly.
Maybe we just need a few more of those, and then we'll actually be a real party.
Okay.
Maybe we just had one.
Maybe.
I mean, Gilgamesh did fly off with the construct.
Okay. Very towards the end of your guys' watch, you also start getting tired and realizing, yeah, it's probably time to finish out the night.
I need to go inside AAA. I'm getting cold and tired.
Okay.
Jesus. Let's call AAA, guys! Jesus Christ. Okay.
So Varys goes back in and tries to wake up Illithin. Hey, it's watch time.
Oh, already.
Yes.
Shit. Get up, stretch. Anything interesting?
It already has been. Be careful. There was something watching from higher up on the mountain, and it flew off. Couldn't tell what it was.
Flew off. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, get some rest.
Will do.
Get
Varys
up
like
and
sits down against, like, I guess, with his back to a corner. I don't know, like to, I guess, the edge of the abode. Doesn't lay down. He trances, sitting cross-legged tonight.
and I will go locate Sigurd.
Easy enough. Look up and you find him. Wait, did you go back into the hut?
I'm still outside.
Okay. Never mind. You look up and you still see him.
I'm gonna step up immediately, looking up, hearing that something flew off, and then just go stand over by Sigurd.
Okay. Can I give you? Can I have your guys' perception checks, please?
So I'm gonna do this the right way. It is dark.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
Nice
to do that for people who
rolls.
don't have.
Just roll a nat 20 and
A
a
net 20
fucking
and
nat
a nat
1.
1.
Eh.
Wow.
It's
That
not
was
very
impressive.
often that we have people in our group that don't have dark vision shit. So.
Dope, dope, dope. I'm here for it. Good morning, dear.
Morning.
See anything else since the flying thing?
Not since then, no. And I'll just point up to where it was before it took off. It was perched up there, almost looked like a boulder, and then I think it noticed that I saw it when I went to let Varys know, and it took off.
should really stick to the earlier watches. I can't see a thing. Why is it snowing? I hate snow.
You can go back inside the tiny hut.
Look, the snow is sticking. I won't be able to see anything.
I guess that's fair.
Well, the good thing about snow, I suppose, is if anything's sneaking up on you that you can't see, you may get the advantage of footprints, right? That's a thing.
If it's not flying, yes.
Right, the flying part. Wonderful.
Though it
Well,
was relatively loud taking off, so we might still be able to hear it.
that's fair. So, how are you doing? I mean, overall, not just right now. You seem fine right now.
Fine overall as well. This is, I mean, it's starting to get a little bit chilly up here, but it's still not too bad yet.
You know, I've never asked, but do you actually get cold?
Not as easily, but yes, there's still cold is still a thing.
I don't mean to be offensive. I just mean you're practically glistening with ice and frost all the time, so it seems reasonable that perhaps you didn't.
Yeah, I think I just have a slightly lower overall body temperature, so I'm always cold and therefore not very cold.
That is an amount of mental gymnastics that I'm not fully awake enough to process yet, but good to know.
What about you?
Oh, I hate this.
No, I mean, how are you doing? I can tell you're cold.
Oh. I'm, hmm. It's been an interesting last week or so. But overall, I'm alright. Disappointed, but alright.
Disappointed about anything in particular or just in general?
Shoot you a look like, do you really have to ask?
Just checking.
Yeah. I don't know. It's neither here nor there. I figure if I give him the silent treatment for a little while, maybe it'll screw his head on straight if we can keep him alive through this trip.
Maybe he'll try to mimic you and also take the silent treatment and help himself out.
Oh, who knows? But, so Lily. Tell me about Lily. If you're so inclined. I'm curious.
I don't know what to say. She's the high priestess of the Silver Lady.
Really? How do you two meet? I'm curious. I mean, we pretty much know how
At
everyone
the
else
ball.
has met. You met at the ball.
Yes.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Oh my god! Dice, why are you doing this?
I don't know how to handle this situation.
I would like to DM inspiration that.
We have had a
Rollies?
lot of nat ones
Do we
already
get
today.
to rollies?
Wait, I didn't see what Sigrun's role was.
I know you didn't.
Oh, okay.
That was intentional.
Ah, okay, okay.
How do you want to handle this? You handle it how you see fit.
If I get even the
Uh,
slightest hint that Sigrun may be holding something back, I'm going to detect thoughts on him.
uh, I I met her at the ball.
Hmm. Well, anything to come of that?
Not really. We just had a conversation after and went our separate ways. Well, I guess she went her way. I stayed, but you know what I mean.
Both fucking nat ones. That's crazy.
So you haven't seen her since? No follow-up dates or outings or anything? Come on.
No.
That's a shame. Seems like everyone else is kind of finding someone to entertain themselves. I thought maybe you had too.
Nope.
I hold hopes for you nonetheless.
I'm going to take that as a compliment. I think.
Not entirely a compliment. I wish nothing but good for you. A little bit worried here and there, but and she'll look down at Sigrun's sword.
Whoa. Okay.
Wow.
The actual sword, you pervert. You know me. I would have just said what I was looking at if that was
Yeah,
the
I know. I
case.
know.
Just concerned, that's all. Out of everyone here, you're the I was to call anyone a friend. You're definitely the oldest. You were my first friend after leaving home. Believe it or not, it does mean something to me.
And I hope that we can continue to be friends.
You're not getting rid of me. Sorry. I told you when we got off the ship you could either let me come with you, or I could just follow you, so choices remain. I'm here either way.
Well, I suppose with you around, that means less making sure Atrix doesn't die that I have to do, so maybe it's a good thing.
He'll be fine. He may not be the most socially adept, but he's not completely worthless.
We'll see. He's getting there. Eventually.
I'm going to go clear some of this snow off. I don't know if it can get too heavy and like a roof. Can it do that? I don't know. I'm going to go do something.
I don't think it can collapse the magic, though. When the dome does end, that might be entertaining if you leave it there and others are still inside.
Oh. What if I just clear off the sides and leave it on the top? Yes, let's do that. Ilthan's gonna skip over to the tiny hut. I'm sorry, the average abode, and start brushing off just eye level.
Yeah, that's easy enough.
We're gonna leave it up top, yeah.
It's like when you try to swipe the snow off of a car.
I help, but not really because I'm actually capable of keeping watch, so I'm mostly focused on that. But go over and wipe a little bit off.
Love it. Okay. Your guys' watch goes by uneventful, thankfully. And go ahead and long rest for everybody, please. Start to the next day. Okay.
Fall.
Whoever is taking care of breakfast, please roll me your breakfast rolls, please.
Got it.
Not as good as the last few days, but you know, altitude does change the perception of flavor, so they say. So it is still very delicious, and it is the type of food you guys need. So flavor is a little bit more lack in the process of more nutrition for the trek.
Varys opts to skip his morning downtime activities since it can be loud and it's a little bit of a let's not make noise in this place.
Okay. Anybody who would like to do their downtime stuff today, feel free to.
Oh, look. Quiet workout session. Come on.
To change that, it's back to public now.
Nice. Okay. Can I please get a marching order the next few days?
Gonna take second to last.
Horse with Sigrun, so wherever Sigrun wants to go.
Yep, and I'm on a horse with Kulog.
I guess I could be towards the front also.
Take the back, I guess.
Logan, Varys, Hustel,
I was gonna say Kulog and
Sigrun
Varys can be up
Illithin,
first.
Atrix. Atrix, do you have your own horse?
Yep, I was riding with Molly, I believe.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Thank you for that. Have that written down. So,
I'm gonna kind of insist that Atrix not be in the very back by himself.
We
Just
can go in the
us.
back.
okay. All right. Shifted around. Atrix is now behind Hustel. With two single riders in the center. All right, easy enough to do. For the next day, you guys take a little bit longer to get through for the daytime here, as it's that last bit of uphill, and you guys know that it's, you know, finally about to crest over. You guys reach the peak, and the air is thin up here, but get up to the top, and you can just see on both sides of the mountain range. And it is a glorious, beautiful view on either side looking down. You can see the valley, you can see streams, and what remains of the last little bit of wildflowers trying to cling to that summer air. But you finally reach the summit. You can see a little bit above you is the like flat snow caps. Like it's just snow piled up there, and you can see a little bit of like snow banks along here. Some of it's been muddied and washed out, and kind of not pretty snow up here, right next to the path. And it's very cold, but it's very fresh air. It's kind of feels like you're at the top of the world. You guys all take a moment to rest there and enjoy the fact that you guys have made it over and through the hardest part of going up and up before you begin your descent down.
Well, it's nothing but downhill from here.
Don't lean forward too far. Might fall off your horse.
Varys actually gets off of the horse momentarily and like walks to the edge of the path to like look out west to see if like how far we can actually see. Like I don't know how big Port Abolina is, but like if you can actually see off in the distance. Like just kind of taking in the entire view.
How far can the human eye actually see?
Actually, he's an elf.
I think he's an elf. Shut up.
Actually,
Tell us
Wow.
what you see with your elven eyes.
I knew it was coming.
Okay. So you cannot see that far away. However, you do see curvature of the earth and all that before that starts taking effect. But you do see more of the mountain range below and where the tree line is, and then it kind of opens up into like the foothills. And it looks kind of similar. Efos is not flat. Get the fuck out of here, you two. It's very much similar to how it opened up in the like when you guys went through the Great Cut, except instead of the like pine trees, it's a mishmash of a little bit of pine trees, and then it kind of goes into like other like oak and maple, and like the traditional more meadowy trees that are eventually get mixed in. And it's just for a while, all you can see are foothills.
Or as Nebraskans call them, mountains. While Varys is kind of off looking, Atrix is going to grab the blanket from his pack and go and wrap it around Illithin on Seagram's horse to help her keep warm.
Have any of you ever seen such a thing? So high up here.
I have not.
So,
And so
no, I don't want to see anything. No, we're too high. Can we just get down now, please? And when Atrix touches her, she just shrieks.
I just...
It echoes.
Varys is smiling, walking back to the horse, climbs back up, and goes to Kulog. I think the heights are a bit too much for Illithin. Maybe we keep going. Start working our way back down.
And as he hears that, Kulog will just kind of like take the reins of the horse and start trotting slowly down the hill.
Kulog, as you start leaving, you look over and you see Yildrath is currently diving in and out of snowbanks and like just rolling around in the snow.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
That's hilarious. I love it.
He pops up out of one of the snowbanks and he has like a little pile of snow right on his head and on his snout. Kind of looks over at you like with a big toothy grin.
He did it in lava, now he's doing it in snow.
Yep. It's his first snow.
Aww.
Aww.
My god, I love him so much. If we ever get to the point where we get merch, we have to get a Yildrath plushie.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
I don't
Okay.
understand how this is fun for any of you.
All right, come on, we're going back down. Let's keep going. Just keep your
Wait a
eyes
second,
out.
I don't want to. So peek at one eye real quick and then close it. Oh, yes, very lovely. Lots of trees, very high. Great.
Ilvin, you feel a moment where there's a hand on your shoulder, and this strange sense of just calming comes over you, and you feel that fear and that uncomfortable anxiety feeling that's budding up just kind of dissipate a little bit. Not entirely, but enough that you're no longer like too uncomfortable.
Start looking around suspiciously at all of our casters.
None of them are even looking at you.
Right. Still doesn't let go of Sigrun.
Yeah. So you guys begin your descent down, and going down, while easier, also proves to be its own challenge as you're having to learn how to position your body on a horse going down the hill and how to like adjust your weight. It's a little different, and it takes you guys a little bit to kind of get into the feel of it without getting too sore. It's definitely not comfortable, and it's different for most of you guys. Seagrin, you've made the trek before across the pass, but you were not on a horse at the time, so. But eventually, your guys' day goes by relatively uneventful. There were animals at some point during your guys' travel, for those of you who were more keen on that, the two hunter-esque type. Um, there were birds and squirrels, but now as you guys are making your way back towards the tree line area, there's nothing again.
Taking context from Ildrath playing in the snow, is he still seem uneasy?
He seems distracted at the moment.
Okay.
Every once in a while, he will like bound into dive into like a snowdrift and then bound back and kind of. At one point, he almost spooks one of the horses, but thankfully, you guys are able to get the horse back under control, and it's not too intense to where it would require like an animal handling. But he eventually kind of starts padding alongside you guys and settling down.
As things start to quiet down again, Varys leans forward and says to Kulog, "Keep your eyes open. The wildlife was back for a moment, but it seems quiet here again."
Kulor will like kind of steady his eyes a little bit and keep a pretty close watch on where we're walking towards.
In Draconic, Atrix will kind of ask Ildrath how he's feeling when he falls back in line and kind of just trots next to us.
Oh, I'm getting kind of hungry.
I will relay that to everybody else who doesn't understand Draconic.
Just reply in Draconic. I think it's the thin air. I've heard that that's a thing.
Well, no, I think it's because, while the food has been really yummy, it hasn't been a whole lot for me. And, I don't really want to go on a dirt.
Diet, dear.
Do-
I believe
do-
you mean diet. Diet again.
A diet, that's what I meant.
A dirt.
Yes, that's when you have nothing to eat and you would just eat dirt.
Fucking dirt. Oh my god.
You're getting pretty good at the whole common. You and Kulog are making quite the progress, it seems. Oh god, no. Covered her face again.
Yeah, he taught me how to say, short. No, what was it? Shit.
Kulor will
Attaboy.
hear it and just start bursting in laughter.
What?
Good word to know. Very useful in cases like this. In a situation you don't particularly want to be in, but you're just kind of there. Shit is perfect for this.
He also taught me how to say, go fuck yourself.
That one will also come in handy as well. But only use it at the right time, Ildrath. Remember, there's context to it.
Go fuck yourself.
Attaboy. Perfect timing.
Kulog, I don't understand what's going on. Why is that funny? What are you teaching him?
I'm just teaching him to know when to say the right things for when, somebody makes him mad.
Ah, all of the correct words.
He's teaching the dragon expletives.
That's
Ah,
kind of what I assumed.
the essentials.
Well, Kulak told me that that's the first thing you learn when you learn any language. You learn to count, you learn your colors, and then you learn how to say naughty things.
Yes, he is right on that.
Except he hasn't taught me how to count or taught me any colors. He's only taught me tricks like sit and potty words.
Well, those are the things that you need to know. And then you tell people after you use the potty, go fuck yourself.
I will remember that.
So good.
I think maybe we should review Ildra's curriculum. I don't want to be a wet blanket, but it seems a tiny bit problematic. What he's teaching you, darling.
Krishnikishnim.
Close enough.
Perfect. I say, unless he's trying to talk his way out of something instead of fight his way out of something, I think it's perfectly fine for right now. I do have to agree. Maybe trying to teach him some different words and some ones that are more useful in other situations. Not a bad idea.
Oh, don't
If
worry.
someone to teach him
We'll
how
get
to be
there.
polite company, I would suggest probably Varys Sigurd. None of the rest of us are qualified for that.
You two are the only ones that speak Draconic.
Well, I don't know what you expect me to teach him. I don't speak his language.
I'm
Neither
far
do
from
I.
polite, and Atrix is socially stunted, so perhaps we could be a translator for one of you two.
Go fuck yourself.
Later, darling.
And which phrase was that?
Go fuck yourself.
He said that in common.
Oh.
Wonderful. Oh, he said it in common.
Yeah, all of that's been in common.
Not all of it, most of it.
Yeah.
All the swearing has been, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then him trying to repeat curriculum wasn't technically common.
Fucking pictured Ildrath tapping along next to us. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
His head just bobbing
He's
side to
definitely
side.
Tabby's. Yes, you guys heard him say shit, go fuck yourself, and Krishnikishnam.
So we're stopping at some point. My back is sore.
Might not hurt to just take a short break, maybe a little bit of food, and right on till night. After that,
If you guys do ride through the night, you will get a level of exhaustion. Just keep that in mind.
oh no, I just mean like right until like nighttime stop, not through the
Oh,
night.
yeah. So at this point, you guys took your break at the apex of the summit. You guys are going into the last leg of the day, essentially, right now.
Okay.
I would like to point out for any who didn't take note, but the wildlife was back at one point and it's gone again. So
Yep. Seems like something on this elevation's scaring them away. So I'm sure if we
Scared
make
the crap out of me. I'm sorry. 47 moved, and I have the stupid clappy plastic hands toy stuck to the back of Steven's chair. And when 47 moved the chair, it shook the hands, and it freaked me out. Oh, heart's still in my
You
chest.
mean-
It's okay.
Just at this elevation, are things predators in the mountains? Are they elevation sensitive? Where I come from, they're just predators all the time. Doesn't matter where they are. If they're going to eat you, they're going to try to eat you.
I don't know. Could just be its den is up here potentially.
Well, I mean, when we were leaving Cedar Watch, didn't we see something large flying around the mountaintops to the north? Perhaps the same kind of creature lives here, in this stretch.
As in more than one of them.
Well,
Varys, I
without
don't
knowing
like the
what
way
it
that
was.
sounds, but it is a possibility.
well, if it is just one in a particular locale, I would assume that they are very territorial, and things tend to stay away.
Flying territorial predator, and we just happen to be in its front yard. That's fine. I'm sure. What was the suggestion about just continuing going?
We can keep going. It just doesn't mean we're going to leave its domain.
But we'll be farther away. That sounds like a
Then-
win to me.
I'm sure once we get further down the mountain, things will return to normal, so to speak, as far as wildlife. It's surely not taking the entire mountain's elevation. I mean, we had wildlife coming up, and then nothing, and then it came back, and now we're in nothing again. I mean, listen, you can't hear anything. There's no signs of any sort of creatures around.
Stop and listen, and then narrow my eyes at Varys. You're
We'll
right.
get through this. We'll be fine.
Easy for you to say.
You could just banish whatever it was again.
Well, that doesn't work on everything. At least I don't think it does.
Well, I was trying to be reassuring, Illithin, but yes, it is possible that we don't get through this.
No. I'm sorry. We're just very high up. I'm not used to it. I don't like it. A little on edge. It's not you. You were being very reassuring. Thank you. I'm going to just stare at Sigurd's back for now.
That works. Keep your eyes down rather than out, maybe. The ground is right below you.
I billow the cloak dramatically.
Kind of hit you in the face a little bit, Ilton.
Uh-huh.
So you guys continue on your trek downwards until eventually you find a nice little small outcropping that would be big enough for maybe a small little campfire for you guys to set up dinner, and then enough room for the tiny hut. It is not too terribly large, but you can see through the remains of various campfires that have been set up here that this is probably a common resting stop for people who are traveling.
Do we hear any animals again, or is it still quiet?
It is still quiet.
Well, I would offer to go catch us some fresh dinner, but it doesn't sound like there's really going to be much around.
No, it doesn't. So we're still living off rations for right now. I'll go to get something cooking away once we get a fire.
I quite like that idea. Every time that you have cooked since you've been with us, it's been rather tasty.
Well, thank you. I
produce-
appreciate that.
I produce a gallon of honey to assist with cooking.
I really thought you were going to say mayonnaise.
No, that would be
Is
2 gallons.
mayonnaise an instrument?
Go ahead and roll me your survival check with advantage, please.
All right.
Pretty good.
Hmm.
Not too terrible. Not too bad. It's definitely better than yesterday's breakfast, though, or this morning's breakfast, rather.
Thank you for the honey. It adds a little bit of extra to this. Where'd you get all this honey from?
You see me pouring it out of a jug that I've been carrying around.
Oh, you just keep honey on tap?
I mean, technically, I suppose so, but it can produce other things as well.
Hmm. Okay. Very fancy. I hope you wash it in between.
I was just going to say, I'm curious. I know it's magical, but how, like, if you make, because you've had oil in there before, like, does it clean itself in between substances? Or do you is there like a grime on the inside of like oil and mayonnaise and honey?
Magic's a wonderful thing. It does seem to, once you pour all of it out, it doesn't leave any left inside. It seemingly all comes out, even though honey really shouldn't.
Sounds good, sketch.
I'm just looking forward to once we get further down this mountain and it starts getting warmer again.
So, are we keeping the same watch order from the previous night?
I
Okay.
I feel like tonight perhaps we can change up the order. I don't feel like I'm getting such a good rest being split. Can I maybe go like third and fourth instead of second and third?
I'll take your second if you want.
Am I going third and fourth
Are-
as well then?
Are you actually gonna let Sigrun and I watch for 2 watches in a row?
You guys have been safe for the past couple of times. I mean, might jinx it,
Oh,
but
Hustel, the history here is quite deep.
I've heard.
Number one, law of averages. Number two, I can't see a fucking thing in the dark, so I'm relatively useless the later it gets.
Well, as long as you all are okay with it, it's fine with me. Just split rest has been feels like it's taking a toll.
Or an updated rest order. Or watch order, sorry.
So 2 would be Illith and Hustel, and then 3-4 is Sigrun Varus.
Yep. Okay. Are we AAA-ing it?
Yep.
Sweet.
See, why not?
Get sketch sheet open for him while he is currently restart his PC.
Ooh, I just thought of a huge benefit to this.
Oh.
Sigrun and Varus being on 3 and 4 means that they get their full rest before their watch.
Yep.
There's a reason I clicked the long rest button before we had our watch last time.
I noticed that too.
So Kulog and Atrix, can I get your guys' reception checks? Roll your sketch. Field draft.
Beautiful.
Sweet. Thankfully, Kulog and Yildrath are a little bit more aware than you are, Atrix. You are still kind of coming down from the chill of the snow, and takes you a little bit to really focus in on anything. Kulog and Yildrath spend their watch looking around and keeping an eye out on things. But aside from the feeling of being watched for them, which you wouldn't notice and pick up on, nothing seems out of the ordinary for you. Fortunately, Sketch is not here to react to that, so your watch goes by uneventful.
I'm just gonna during my watch. I'm just gonna bring out and play with my dice set stuff.
Okay, what do you have to do? First watch goes by. Ilthin and Hustel, welcome back. Can I get you to roll me your perception checks, please?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Hustel, can I get you to roll me one more?
Oh, yeah.
Just on the off chance you roll even worse. Okay,
Nice.
nice. Put the two people who can't see together.
Yep.
Okay. Ilthin and Hustel, as you guys are sitting there for your watch, you hear the sounds of footsteps beginning to come down the trail.
Are they like humanoid or are they like heavier sounding footsteps?
They sound pretty light. They sound kind of like when you guys are walking on the rocky terrain.
On like one set or multiple?
Just one set from what you can tell.
That's not necessarily comforting.
You hear that,
Um,
right?
There's someone coming, yes.
Usel's going to go ahead and get his bow ready for this.
I'm gonna like press myself up against the wall and ready cantrip.
It takes a little bit for you guys to see the person as they come into view. But you see a lone older man, and he's wearing travel gear. He's got a little backpack on. He's carrying a walking stick, and he kind of glances over to the tiny hut, and you see like a flicker of like recognition in his eyes. He's not looking at you guys, but he recognizes the type of magic, and he starts approaching and waving his hand up as if to like hail you. And right when he gets to like the edge of your vision range where details start coming in, you see him get ripped back out of your vision into the darkness, and you hear just a scream that travels and then eventually is just cut off.
He was such a nice old man. Aurelia, why?
Fuck.
Oh
You should tell me you
god.
saw that.
I did. This isn't good. That's something big.
I'm
So-
immediately gonna dart over to the tiny hut and just whoever I touch first, just violently shake them awake.
I'm going to use my primeval awareness real quick. So that
Okay.
allows me to pretty much since aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are within 1 mile of us.
Okay, I will be DMing you something secret
Okay.
Ooh,
on
secrets.
Discord.
Okay.
Oh shit! DM whispers.
DM whispers.
We don't have any sponsors, so
I was
can't
just
pull it.
gonna say, we don't have any sponsors.
I can't pull a fucking Sam Riegel.
This whisper is sponsored by the sub button. We have one now.
Oh shit, that's true. This whisper is brought to you by Twitch. We're not really sponsored. We just have a sub button.
Please make sure to
wake up.
follow all of our socials: Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube.
We also have a TikTok that'll start to have TikToks here soon. Once I get off my ass and actually start doing it. That go fuck yourself clip, that's going on YouTube. 100%. Or not YouTube, TikTok. That is, I have that tab open and ready to clip.
There you go.
Kula, wake up! Wake up!
Oh,
I know you
Hilton,
just laid
oh
down, but
god.
there's something out there. Something big. There was a man, and it tore him right from sight.
I'm going to assume, with her saying that Sigrun and Varys are also alerted to that, since the whole semi-conscious thing. Just
She's not being
curious,
super
typing behind
quiet
me.
about it.
Atrix is cuddling Eldrath.
Gulag like hazily wakes up and he's like, he, like reaches for absolution, just like kind of lazily lifts it up and like kind of holds it down and like gets his bearings and balances himself and finally like kind of gets up and does the whole like open your eyes, blink a bunch of times, and then kind of like get focused on whatever's happening.
Yustel, did you leave the tiny hut? Or is everybody still in the tiny hut?
Oh no, I'm out of the tiny hut. I'm doing the.
Yeah, I ran back to it.
Yeah.
Shit.
That is a very, very interesting thing to use right there.
Now that furious typing is over, Varys and I assume also hear Ilithan come in. And
Oh, yeah.
okay.
I didn't see what it was. I don't know if you still did, but there was a man, and he was waving to us, and then he was just gone.
At this point, who's
Where?
gonna walk up into there too?
Up the path.
Back into the hut?
Yeah, I'm walking the hut.
By this time, Atrix is going to be up and advise everyone to stay in the hut until we see something, because we can see out, they can't see in.
All I know is that I sense a dragon. And I know we have Yildrath, but whatever that was, and given the fact that we have winged creatures and animals afraid to be here, I feel like we're in some sort of dragon's domain. And seeing that man get pulled into the darkness and shredded? No.
You saw him get shredded?
I didn't see him, just the visceral
It sounded
noises.
like it, probably.
Yeah.
Well, Ildrath did say he felt something like him, but different.
He said it felt wrong. It's a dragon. A dragon's a dragon. How could it be wrong?
I don't know.
Hearing Hustel do that, Atrix will just instantly cast Mage Armor on himself.
Okay. Good to know.
If it's wrong, could it be undead? No.
I
Is
mean,
that
are their magic strong enough to corrupt dragons for the sole intention of evil?
with what's been going on in this world? It wouldn't surprise me.
So you mean to tell me that you think that that poor old man just got ripped back into the darkness by an undead or otherwise fucked up dragon,
I do.
and we're sitting ducks?
Well,
Shit,
sitting
the
ducks
horses.
until... Oh.
Varys gets up and goes out of the tiny hut to go check on horses, and probably, I don't know. I would assume he probably needs to try to attempt to calm them down a little bit.
Yeah.
I will go with Varys, not helping with the horses, but just keeping an eye out while he's out there, so he's not out there alone.
Okay. Perception check from you. Animal handling from you. Okay. Easy enough for you, Varys. It does take a few seconds to like get them all under control. The warhorse, not so much of an issue, but the rest of them eventually do settle down enough. Sigrun, you kind of keep your eyes peeled and your ears, elven ears pointed out, listening like radar dishes.
Wrong.
But you hear the crunching sound in the distance. It's not close, but you can hear the slight echoing of it in the area. And it's not a great sound.
I will just gesture in that general direction while looking at the dome, assuming at least one person there can see me, and just kind of like point in the direction that the sound's coming from so that they're aware.
It's out in that direction.
Definitely a direction.
Say we get on the horses and book it. Flying speed versus horses speed. I think we'd make it.
There's no fucking way. We're on a rock trail at a downward slope. What? No, you're right.
Shh. Shh. It's all right. Varys is just like petting the horses, trying to keep them calm.
To do. Easy peasy.
Oh, I can't do that. Never mind.
What is it, Sigrun? Do you see something?
There's noise from over there. Can't see anything yet.
Varys turns and looks out and then listens to see if he can hear it as well.
Roll me your perception check. Yeah, you hear it too. Sounds like bone crunching and flesh tearing. The flesh tearing you kind of have to strain to hear, but the bone crunching sound is definitely more prominent, and you can hear it echoing a little bit. It's not close, like I told Secret, but close enough that it's echoing. You can hear the echo.
That's not a good sound.
Do you want to stay out here, or should we go back? The horses, I don't think can go back with us, though.
No, they can't.
This clown car abode?
If we stay, it could come back if it's not sated, but if we leave, we might alert it to our presence.
At this point, I think it knows that something is around here because it did just take that man. Why would it not have taken one of us?
If it comes back, there's something I can try, but I don't know if it'll work. At least to track it.
Do you think it knows Ildrath, and that's why it hasn't attacked us yet? Maybe it thinks that Ildrath is playing with us for meat, maybe?
Do dragons even, I don't know, respect other dragons? Is that a thing?
I don't think so. They're very territorial, are they not? Usually you only find one dragon in one area.
I don't know. Oh, I don't like this.
Any suggestions, Sigurd?
I mean, the safest thing to do would be leave the horses and stay in the hut, but honestly, I don't know if I want to lose the horses. It's a long trip.
Very long trip.
But if we don't lose the horses, we run the risk of potentially losing our own lives. Scared the shit out of me, I'm not gonna lie.
I have the fucking chills from that. Jesus.
Oh god.
I jumped. Well played.
That sounds like a dragon to me.
Buddy up for fighting a dragon.
Somebody check Eldrath.
I will look over at Eldrath and
He's snoring.
doesn't even know.
He's just out. He's passed out. Kids sleep through everything, you know.
I will. Do we leave him sleep? Shit.
Oh.
We need him.
Are you doing the thing? It did not show up. Oh, shit. Oh. I don't remember if hold on. How you're.
That's the bad one.
Okay,
Yeah, I think high is bad.
that's right. It is.
Oh shit.
Here comes
Okay.
the sucky suck.
Let me open it up.
And a low roll on the d20 means it's bad too.
Oh,
Oh, no.
You can now only see invisible creatures.
Oh, fuck.
For the
So he
next
can't-
4 hours.
So he can't see us.
Oh
Nope.
my
Nope.
god.
Oh shit.
I can still kind of see people based on footprints in the snow, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, I guess looking around, do I see anything invisible around us?
You do not.
Okay.
Actually, yes, you do.
Oh.
I will DM you.
Oh shit.
Oh
This might be a good time to take a break.
no. Oh god.
I am nervous.
I am also nervous. Do we want to take a break, use the bathroom? Anybody have to use the bathroom?
This whisper brought to you by us.
This whisper brought to you by the toilet.
Whispering toy.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok.
Yes, it is.
Hotel Travago.
Oh, God, I lost it, dude. That DM vision.
You'll see it when you enter.
Fun. Okay.
Shit. Everybody's just finding out everything apparently today.
I have a feeling if I had rolled higher on that d20, it would have been I can see like into the ethereal plane or something. But no.
See. You would have had true sight.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Can I DM inspiration then?
Technically, yeah, you can.
I'm doing that because that is a really bad result for this situation. Much better.
Okay.
Doesn't actually change what you sent me because you also get to see invisible with that.
Yep. So instead of you just have true sight now.
What's the distance on that?
It's just true sight. All it says. So just go for whatever your normal vision usually is.
Okay, so 60 feet.
We'll just keep the 1d4 rolls, so you have that for the next 4 hours.
Fucking max roll on a D4. God.
So are we taking a break?
Yeah, are we gonna take a break real quick? Use bathroom and all that.
Seems like a
we
good
are-
spot.
Yeah, it's been 2 hours.
Okay,
Close.
yeah.